now.
A fatal shooting shuts down Fiesta Island. Investigators say an off-duty San Diego Community College District police officer shot a man who attacked him with a knife. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Carlo Cicchetto.
I'm Marcella Lee. CBS 8's Kelly Hessedal is on Fiesta Island to share more about what she's learned.
Fiesta Island was shut down for about 5 hours today. Now, this is an unusual case, and it all unfolded right here behind me. You can see one of the vehicles involved is still out here. Now, we're told that off-duty officer came out here with his dog, and shortly after he arrived, he got into an argument with a 41-year-old man.
We're still investigating what led up, but it sounds like it was fairly immediate after they were in the same area. That person did pull out a knife and begin stabbing the officer.
An argument turned violent on Fiesta Island just after 10 a.m. Police say a 41-year-old man stabbed an off-duty San Diego Community College District police officer multiple times in the chest. That officer then pulled out a gun, firing at least one shot, killing the suspect.
I know that this happened very quickly. It doesn't sound like there was some sort of long, protracted argument. It happened quickly.
The officer, a 25-year veteran of the department, was rushed to the hospital and is expected to survive.
I think I saw EMT put someone on a stretcher and they were bringing them up off the sand.
Cyclist
So they
Seglio
cut off all the
Santiago.
traffic.
Did you hear any gunshots?
I didn't hear anything. I just saw a lot of police equipment coming up to the island.
Visitors to Fiesta Island were turned away as police continued to gather evidence. Everything reopened just before 3 p.m. At the scene were two vehicles, a white van and a pickup. A tow truck began hauling the van away.
It's obviously shocking anytime anyone is attacked. Having it being an off-duty officer is just, one more layer, but it's just one more thing for us to sort through the investigation.
And I'm told both the officer and the suspects had pets with them out here. San Diego Humane Society confirms that they did remove one dog from the scene for emergency boarding. Now, meanwhile, I reached out to the Community College District for comment, and they tell me they're focused on the officer, his health, his recovery. They say they are fully cooperating with the San Diego Police Department's investigation. Kelly Hessedal, CBS 8.
Thanks, Kelly. An early autumn heat wave is bringing record highs and dangerously hot condition to parts of San Diego County. Excessive heat warnings are in effect right now for our desert and inland communities.
Chief Meteorologist Carlene Chavis joins us with more on how much longer this heat is expected to hang around. Carlene?
Well, a little bit longer when it comes to those alerts, and that actually happened earlier today. So we were talking about it yesterday. It was supposed to go all the way until Thursday, but now we're looking at the heat alerts all the way until Monday of next week. So excessive heat warnings will continue, as well as a heat advisory across the mountains. That's with highs between 90 to 114, and as mentioned, the heat will continue into the start of next week. So avoiding that strenuous outdoor activity like hiking around midday hours, also using shade, drinking plenty of water, and seeking AC. When we do look at records that were broken yesterday as well as tied, we had Campo breaking a record yesterday. Borrego Springs tied the record 111. It was set on that day back in 1991. And Palm Springs broke the all-time record for hottest temperature ever recorded in October, as well as their daily record. We're looking at the excessive heat warning across the inland valleys as well as for the desert and that heat advisory for the mountains. So we'll go ahead and take a look at your complete forecast coming up. Marcella.
Thanks, Carlene. And for the very latest weather conditions and alerts on the go, just download our free CBS 8 app from Google Play or the Apple App Store.
After years on the run, a man accused of killing his wife in front of his 3 young children appeared in court today, charged with murder and child endangerment. As
CBS 8's Abby Black explains, the pandemic may have played a role in why justice has taken so long.
Francisco Uriarte had been on the run for 4 years, living in Mexico until he was extradited to the U.S. last week. Today, he faced a judge for the first time accused of murdering his wife in front of their young children.
He was a wanted man for 4 years. Today, 41-year-old Francisco Uriarte is in a Navy San Diego County jail suit charged with child endangerment and murder for allegedly stabbing his wife Natalia to death in their Chula Vista apartment in March 2020.
He stabbed her so hard and so violently that he left a knife through her neck. The children were present and witnessed this incident.
Deputy District Attorney Aaron Casey says the children were not physically harmed, but their father fled, leaving his 9-year-old twins and his 3-year-old behind with their lifeless mother, who was a makeup artist.
But as he fled, he was picked up initially by a cousin. That cousin ultimately refused to take him across the border, but did observe him making phone calls. One of the people that he called had been connected with the victim, and he left a voicemail indicating that he would kill him as well.
Casey didn't reveal the motive, but gave us insight about that man who was threatened.
More details on that will come out at the preliminary hearing. At this point, the incident did occur after he determined she was speaking, as far as the investigation revealed, with that man.
Uriarte had an interpreter in court and denied the allegations.
He addressed not guilty plea.
The murder happened shortly after the pandemic shutdown. Authorities knew that he was hiding in Mexico, but Casey explains why the U.S. Marshal wasn't able to extradite Uriarte to the U.S. until last week.
This was a unique case in that the murder actually occurred during COVID-19, and the courts were actually closed at the beginning. The Department of Justice and our office worked as quickly as we could to work with Mexican authorities, but ultimately it takes time.
The judge said since Uriarte is a flight risk, she set no bail and approved a protective order that won't allow him to have any contact with his children.
The children are safe. They've been safe and secure since the time of her murder.
Natalia's family was not in court, but many of the suspects' family members showed up. They declined to comment. His preliminary exam is scheduled for January 29th. Reporting in Chula Vista, Abby Black, CBS 8.
Thanks, Abby. A San Diego doctor charged in connection with the death of actor Matthew Perry is officially pleading guilty to conspiring to distribute ketamine. Mark Chavez entered the plea in an LA courtroom today. Perry died almost 1 year ago of an overdose of the powerful anesthetic. Chavez and 2 others reached a plea deal with prosecutors. The 54-year-old Chavez has agreed to surrender his state medical license and was ordered not to practice medicine. He faces up to 10 years in prison at his sentencing in April.
We are learning more tonight about why officers served a search warrant last month on the home of the former chair of the San Diego Republican Party. Officers were also serving a gun violence emergency protective order.
A CBS 8's David Gottfredson reports officers allege Victor Kravaric made online threats and possessed illegal firearms and explosives.
Do you give up that right so that I can set your court dates out further?
I do, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Last week, Victor Kravaric pleaded not guilty to possession of an illegal assault rifle seized last month from his home in Scripps Ranch by members of the FBI Joint Terrorism Task Force. We now know why officers were serving that search warrant. According to this just-released gun violence emergency protective order, the 24-year-old, quote, made threats of violence through social media towards LGBTQ and other races, was in possession of illegal firearms, and previously had possession of explosives. The emergency protective order was filed in civil court and gave no details about what type of explosives Kravaric was accused of possessing or when. Outside court last week, the prosecutor said the assault rifle was registered to Kravaric.
It had a modified upper receiver. It was too short under law, as well as it did not have a bullet button, and I think it had a pistol grip.
Victor Kravaric is the son of Tony Kravaric, who served as the chair of San Diego's Republican Party for 14 years and owns the home where the search warrant was served. Victor Kravaric's attorney, Gary Gibson, had no comment on the facts of the case, instead emailing me a statement that said in part, broadcast whatever biased, unverified hit piece you want. A hearing on this emergency gun violence restraining order is now set for Monday morning, but since it's a civil case, Kravaric doesn't necessarily have to appear in person. His attorney can appear for him. At the downtown courthouse, David Gottfredson, CBS 8.
Disturbing story. Thanks, David. And we have posted that gun violence emergency protective order as well as the defense attorney's entire statement at CBS8.com.
The San Diego Unified School District is celebrating LGBTQIA+ History Month. The district is now flying the Pride Progress flag at its headquarters in University Heights. Today's event featured student speakers from elementary level through high school who will be lending their support to help facilitate positive change at their schools. A new report finds a drop in breast cancer rates, but not for all women. We'll explain. Still ahead.
Plus, what we're learning about a new lawsuit claiming dozens of children were sexually abused at a county-run emergency shelter.
And the very latest on Hurricane Helene recovery efforts as President Biden tours some of the destruction.
And a reminder, tomorrow we will be airing a San Diego mayoral debate between current Mayor Todd Gloria and his opponent, Larry Turner. It's being hosted by KPBS. You can watch the debate on the CW San Diego starting at 8 p.m.